Hi, Di here from Loud and Local. Loud and Local is dedicated to promoting, supporting and educating small business in the Greater Springfield community. This week we're promoting a digital marketing agency, 5Tales, that provides services into the Greater Springfield community. I caught up with Jason Schulz, a principal of 5Tales, to hear a little bit more about what they do and why they do it, and importantly to get their number one tip for small business. Let's hear what Jason has to say. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks, Di.
So, Jason, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So, I own a marketing agency, digital marketing agency called 5Tales. We're based in the southwest suburbs of Brisbane. I've owned the agency for about 3 years now. Started at servicing actually rural hotel operations, but we really sort of found a bit of a niche doing digital marketing for local service-based businesses. So we do a lot of SEO and AdWords and Facebook advertising, and then for a select few clients we also do a bit of social media content management as well.
So that's good. So does that mean that you help like small business write some content to go on Facebook or on other social media platforms, help them get their name out there, and can you just explain SEO for someone who may not have heard about SEO before?
Yeah, absolutely. So we sort of normally when we're talking to someone new, we're normally always just talking about finding out about their business, and it really depends on what stage of their business they're at, what niche, what industry they're in, as to what service is actually going to be a benefit to them. Because it could well be the case that in actual fact they might be best going and doing their own marketing, and we've absolutely got some tools we can help them to do that as well. And when it comes to actual marketing itself, we typically group it into, are they trying to get leads through their website digitally, or are they trying to get awareness and brand awareness of their brand? And it's those leads, that's where SEO comes in, which is search engine optimization, which is really just making sure your website's as friendly as possible for Google to understand, and then building it up as an authority in the eyes of Google.
Oh, so does that kind of mean that it helps you to get on the first page of Google, where people generally don't go past that first page?
Yeah, spot on. So it really develops that whatever your business or growth strategy is, we go about translating that into how do people actually search for those services that you provide or that are most profitable for your business. How and where are people actually searching for those services from? What are the most valuable search terms to target? And then we come up with a search engine strategy for you, and that's exactly how we incorporate that back into that business strategy.
Oh, that sounds very interesting. So why do you do what you do?
So we actually originally started out our business because a long time back we used to actually sell baby nappies online, and while we found we didn't actually necessarily enjoy the product we were selling necessarily, weren't necessarily 100% passionate about that. What we did find is that my business partner and actually my brother Toby and I were both very passionate about digital marketing, and we'd found a lot of success in the previous business with that, and we just were never happy with the agencies we'd worked with, the freelancers that we'd worked with. We could never really find the types of partner we wanted to work for with our marketing that actually felt personal, actually felt like we could pick up the phone, they would answer, and we weren't just waiting for a monthly report from our agency. So that's why we went about it, and that's kind of the reason why we turn up to work every day, is we really just do enjoy marketing and enjoy growing a business.
So can I take from that is that you feel that you believe that in your business you actually deliver more results than what you think a lot of other marketers might be doing out there?
Yeah, we are very confident with the services we provide. Particularly, we only provide a handful of services. We're not we don't portray ourselves as brand marketers, or we're not going to go and produce your logo for you. That's not our specialty, or necessarily come up with the next brochure that your business needs to sit on the stand out the front. But the services we do provide in SEO and in social media content management and online advertising are those ones where we've had our own personal experience. We do that ourselves for our own businesses, and that's where we believe we can deliver results for our clients.
That's good. So I think you said before that you've been doing this for about 3 years. You've had another business, but have been doing for marketing for about 3 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've been doing the digital marketing for the agency for 3 years, I should say.
That's good. So you would have had a few clients along that journey, and so you would have taken them on their own journeys with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I mean the same client that we initially started out with was actually over a drink in the Philippines with a business associate. They had just bought a roadhouse, and the conversation sort of started from there. We picked up doing marketing for them on a month-to-month basis, and we're still with that client today. Now they've grown and we've grown with them. We've a dedicated account manager that looks after a few of their businesses now.
That's good. So is there any particular sort of industries or type of businesses that you prefer to work with, or?
We found we've developed a bit of an expertise around working with local service-based businesses. So thinking, chiros, we work with a few physios, work with a handful of dentists, and then we work with quite a number of lawyers actually. And that niche has sort of just come about over time, just because we've had success with one client in the area, and they happen to have told other people at at industry events and that sort of thing. So we haven't really had to make too much of a push in order to develop that niche, but it has allowed us to better understand, what are, for a particular niche, like a lawyer, how valuable is conveyancing to one lawyer versus to another, and the different areas that we can actually target, which allows us to tailor the language of the content that we actually provide as well.
Oh, that's good. So what do you love the most about your business?
I think the most rewarding part, I do enjoy the internal stuff where you get to manage staff and you are actually, creating something is always very exciting. But I actually think the most rewarding part, and it's only sort of come along over the last year or two as our client base has broadened, is getting those phone calls when we are having a chat with a client and, they're coming to us wanting to expand how much marketing they're doing, and it's because, the number of phone calls might have gone up from, 35 phone calls a month to 105 phone calls a month, and we can actually show that's a direct result of what we've done. And it's a pretty it's an exciting thing to be, because we remember the position of what it was like to be a business owner, not getting the leads we wanted to, knowing we had a great business and a great service, but we just couldn't get the customers at the time. It's a great feeling to be the other way around now and being able to help do that.
That's good. So it's always good to be able to measure those results, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you started again, what would you do differently?
I think if I had to start again, I think what we would have done differently, we would put a lot more time into sales and marketing right from the start, into really thinking about how we wanted to, despite the fact we were doing marketing for our clients, would have spent much more time figuring out how do we want to market our own business and what type of business were we really trying to create right from the start. I think someone once told me I should be spending, or one of our advisors from the start told us we should be spending 80 to 90% of our time on sales and marketing, and that's, I think very good advice when you're starting a business. If you're not spending 80 to 90% of your time on, directly facing a customer or, in sales and marketing, I think you're missing a real window of opportunity to do that while the business is still young.
No, you're right. Getting those leads is really important, and while you often get caught up working in your business, you really need to be working on it, don't you? That's good. So, would you have a number one tip that you would want to offer for anyone thinking of starting a new business, or someone who's currently running their business? What would that number one tip be?
I think find, as far as I'll go with a sales and marketing type one, but find an area, find a niche, and even find a sales channel or a lead generation channel that other people in your industry are not doing a great job of. For us as a digital marketing agency, one that we have, and this only comes by throwing in a lot of things at the wall, trying a whole bunch of things, and then figuring out what's really going to work for your business. But everyone like yourselves listening, if you would receive emails from marketing agencies all the time saying they've got an audit report as to why you're not on the first page of Google, and people receive, we receive many of these emails every single day, and we actually took a look at that and said, in actual fact, this tactic must be working at some level. It must be working to email someone and say that their rankings aren't quite right. However, it's just being executed on very, very poorly. So we took that and completely flipped it on its head and tried to find, yes, we will cold email a business that we may not know yet, but we will try a very different approach and add a whole bunch of value before we start to even think about saying that we can help them out with their Google rankings. And so that's proved to be a very effective tactic for us. And it's because, it comes back to that idea of doing something which, competing in a channel which your competitors are doing a very poor job of. So finding that channel would be my number one tip.
So essentially what you were saying before is you're not trying to sell anyone anything at the front. You're trying to just add some value to a business, and then from there, business opportunity comes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's a very good tip. So how can we find out more about 5Tales?
So jump on our website, 5tales.com.au, and by all means jump on our blog and sign up as well. Al, one of the young guns in our business, is doing a great job of running content marketing through our blog, which we all contribute to, and that's 5tales.com.au/blog. Jump on and sign up there. Plenty of great tips. It's directed perfectly at small business owners.
Oh, that's great. Is there a phone number they could ring on as well?
There is, absolutely. In fact, just give me a call directly on my mobile phone, even more direct than the office line, that is. So just phone 0401 475 647. There is a office line as well. Just Google 5Tales, 5 Tales, and the phone number will pop up straight there.
That's great. So that's the number 5.
Number 5.
Tails.
Yep, number 5.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. Thanks very much, Jason. Thanks for allowing Loud and Local to interview you.
Thanks very much, Di.
Wonderful.